important area to note, which is the psychology of trade, which involves risk management too. So risk management is very important part of forex that you need to take note of before you enter your trade. So, like I said the first time that I said, risk management deals. It depends on your own way of trading. There's no, I can't, you can't say that you are going to use the same risk management that I use for yourself. Everybody has different ways of doing their own risk management and all that. But basically, all you need to understand about risk management is that don't risk your capital, always put in your parameters and all that. So basically, like I said on Monday, we have different types of management. We have different types of risk to reward ratios, and starting from the 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and like that. 1 to 1 means that you are risking a particular amount to get the same particular amount. For example, you are risking $10 to make $10, and 1 to 2 means you are risking like $10 to make $20. You understand? But one thing that you should note is that for the benefit of this class, first thing, don't risk more than 5% of your capital. Don't risk more than 5% of your capital. Some people used to bring it down as much as 2%, but the more your equity, the more your equity gets larger, the lesser your risk percentage. You understand? For example, if your equity is like 100K, don't risk more than 1%. There's some people that don't risk more than 1%. There's some people that don't risk more than 0.5%. It depends on, like I said, it depends on your personal way of trading. So, but me personally, this is what I do. I don't risk more than 5% of my trading. So, for example, if you have a $50, e.g., what's 5% of $50? That's 2.5. So if I want to enter a trade with a $50 account, my stop loss should not be more than $2.5. You understand? That's what this means. No risk more than 5%. Because if you put your stop loss to $2.5, it's still okay. Minus 5%, you can still get your 5% back. You understand? So, but there are some people that risk as much as 50%, as much as 20%. Like you have a $50 account, why would you allow your trade enter minus 20? You understand? It doesn't make sense. And so you have to. Hmm? I know that this boy can do it. There's some people, there's some people, there's some people that we have $50 and you will see hold that loss when it is 41. Yes, there are people like that, but it's not a good way to trade. You understand? So don't risk more than 5%. So you can set a percentage for yourself. It might not be 5%, it might be lesser than that, it might be more than that, depending on your own trading skills and all that. But me, I don't usually risk. I used to risk one, but more normally I don't usually risk more than 5% of my trade. And second rule that I second rule that I go by. Oh, Second thing that I said on Monday is that don't risk what you can't win, meaning that don't hold a loss that you cannot take out in profit. For example, if you are holding, still using a $50 account, let's say you can hold a $20 loss with a $50 account. Don't don't hold a $20 loss if you cannot wait for your money to get to $20 profit. That's what it means. So if you cannot hold a profit, don't hold that same profit in loss. So if your threshold for taking profit is like $5, don't risk more than $5 for loss. You understand? There are people like that that you will risk that they'll be in loss for like $30 loss, $40 loss, and as soon as the money gets to like $3 profit, you take it out. That's gambling, because your the loss has affected your psychology to an extent that ó wá rí pé ó ti ó sáré wọ blue by thank God. That's not, yeah, gambling. Do you understand? So if you cannot hold your profit to $20, don't hold your loss to $20. If it is $5 that you can bear for your profit, don't let your loss go by. Don't say that it will come back. Leave if it has gone beyond your threshold, it has gone. Close it out and wait for a better opportunity. Do you understand? So thirdly, use the parameters. Now this one is a bit dicey, because most times most people scalp. Most people just enter market, and but if you want to do a legit trading plan, you use your parameters like your stop loss and your SL. And like I said the other time, if it's either the market touches your TP or it touches your SL, you understand, don't enter a trade that you are not sure of. If you enter a market, you put your stop loss, you put your take profit, leave the market except you are not sure about what you are doing. But if you are sure about the analysis you made, and you have made an analysis and you know that this market will either get to this point or it will break your structure and get to this point, put your stop loss, put your take profit. Market will either take one of them, but either ways you are still good. Hmm? No, personally, I won't avoid break even, because what are you breaking even for? If you know that the market will get to because there's sometimes that when you enter a market, before the market gets to your TP, it should have gone back to your entry. So if you break even, now the funny thing about break even is that when you enter a market, the market start getting into profit, you now break even. The funny thing is that sometimes, for some people, for someone like me, if I want to break even, sometimes when I break even, I don't break even on my entry point. I make sure that I take at least small position. So sometimes the market might touch that break even, and when it takes that break even, your trade has gone. It will not now go back to that your entry point. It will now come. So you now be feeling bad that why did I break even? You understand? So me, that's why I don't really prefer break even. I just prefer that if this market is going, it either hits my stop loss or it take profit. You understand? And some things too. One thing is that there's some trades that they call on the group. There are some trades that they call that their stop loss most some of the times is not your risk management practices. You understand? So the person that is calling that trade is calling it according to what is analyzing. So it is now left for you to now say that this stop loss is more than my, because there are sometimes that the stop loss that they will call, it will be like 30% of your equity. You understand? So it is now left for you to now know that, okay, where should I put my own stop loss? But you have an idea of where everybody's stop loss is, but you can't be using the stop loss that everybody use because of your trade risk management practices. You understand? And your equity capacity and all that. So you have to know sometimes, because sometimes there are some There's some stop losses that is more than your account. Yes, you have to. There are some people that are trading. So the signals that we call, we don't call it for say your account is small. Or yeah, we just call it. You understand? It is now left for you to now decide that yes, and there's some take profits that you might not be able to wait till it gets there. So the basic thing is that there is an idea of where you can buy or sell the market from. That's the basic idea of what you want to do. So you know where you want to buy the market. So it's not left for you to now redefine your take profit and your stop loss. Do you understand? So that's that about using your parameters. Then what next? What else? What else? Now, for you to enter a market, for you to um trade, for you to enter a trade, you should always learn to set a target. For example, now if you're a business person, if you're a trader or something, that you do physical business, you don't just enter the market without a destination in mind. Do you understand? You don't just go to the market like, I don't know where I'm going, but let me shall be seeing anything that my enter my eyes. Most people don't do that. So before you go to a market, you already have a plan, right? You already have something that you have in mind. You already have a destination that you want to get to. You understand? So that's the same thing as trade too. Don't enter trade without a precise destination, without a precise plan. You understand? Don't just enter because you want to make money. Yes, it's good to make money, but have a plan, have a target. It might be a daily target or it might be a weekly target, but have a target in mind. You understand? Don't I know is you can make money. There's always a lot of opportunities in the market. There is always for money, market is always open. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to make money. But then always have a target. You understand? You are not the owner of the market. Anything can happen at any time. So you can set your target to anything you want. It can be 1%, it can be 5%, it can be 50%, but always have a target and let your target be realistic. Do you understand? Let it be something that you can easily do in a day, so easily achieve in a day. For most people can achieve 5 to 10% in a day. If it is that you want to do that consistently. As you are doing that consistently, your account will grow. You understand? But people that go against their targets, you might make money today, but tomorrow you lose. You might not grow that money. There will be a time that you blow your account because you have to stay within your target. Except that now sometimes that probably when you have had enough capital, you can now take out some capitals that you can name the accounts for that particular account. You can take out some money and name the account that, okay, this is my flipping account or indiscipline account. You can do anything with that money. You can put any lot size that you want. You can flip it anyhow. You can blow it anything, but have a dedicated target that speaks to your discipline. Have a dedicated account that speaks to your discipline, that anything that you want to do, this account, I am strict on this account, and you are following your targets. If you want to be doing all those scalping rubbish and all that, you can create another account, or you can even do it on demo account. Just be testing out your prowess, testing out your flipping skills. You understand? Go put 10.0 lot size or that one. You're not concerned. You shall know that that account is a account that doesn't follow rule. You understand? So, but if you don't have that kind of account, if it is one account you have and it's that account that all your you get all your hope is on that account, just uh, just follow your plan. do it there. Always one thing about us is that we don't really, because one thing that forex does to you, because this class I'm teaching is a psychological, so I'll be talking more about. So one thing that forex does to you now, forex in a way, which is one of the disadvantages that I feel, forex in a way makes you devalue money in a way. It ma- no, there's basically, it makes you devalue, especially naira. It makes you devalue your naira. You understand? It makes you devalue the way you think about money. Because there are some people that you have blown money that you cannot make in like 3 months. And you did not feel it. When you first entered market, when you see $2 loss, your mind was there. But now you can hold $200 loss and you are not feeling, you still got hit. You know, there are some people, there's sometimes, so it makes you, there's a way that you have blown account or lose money that will make you feel like, yeah. So for example, I was watching a video. That, so there was this, it was a music video, a gospel music video, and the person that was singing in the video had to stop the music to talk. There's somebody in the congregation that he said he wanted, God asked him to bless the person. You understand? And this person is a very up there music A-list artist. He's known everywhere in the world. You understand? So as he said, I want to bless this person. On my mind was like, oh. So he now said, first of all, he had it in mind to give the person $500, but God told him to double the money. So he now doubled to like 1,000. So in my mind, I was like, 1,000, like, like only ordinary 1,000, and the woman that the guy wants to bless was jumping around. I was like, this, you understand? So, but probably if I was not a forex person, I would see that 1,000 is a lot. Yeah, you like, you understand? But my mind has changed, like, because I've blown more than 1,000 before, and it did not affect me in a way that it's supposed to. For a normal person, that's why most people that are not in the forex world, they can't understand. You understand? They can't relate to you. Blowing $100, blowing $200, and you are still alive. There's some people that will commit suicide. So there's a way that it made me reduce the value of that fact that ordinary 1,000, especially from you, $1,000, and you are putting God education, and you are putting it as blessed. What you understand? You get, so you understand what I'm saying. So forex in a way is a good thing, but it's a bad thing too. So one thing about forex is that you have to learn to respect money. Maybe it's $1 or $10. Learn to respect value, put value on whatever you are making. So that is how you are. Yeah. Mm. Mm. It's a lot of money. What is a lot actually. So you learn to value whatever. If you make $1 today, like pastor will say, na money wey enter. It is an addition. You understand? That $1, if you are making $1 in 30 days, it's $30. That's over 50K. There are some people that their salary is not up to 50K. You understand? So you have to learn to respect the money that you make. And I know that some people makes more than $5 every day now. I am not grateful to God. You will be grateful to God. You understand? You understand? So learn to respect money. That way you can be able to follow your plan. So if you are telling yourself today that I don't want to lose more than $2 today, I don't want to lose more than $3 today, follow it. Do you understand? Follow it. It might be very hard to do. Yes, I've been at that point and we are still growing from that point. It might be hard to do because you feel like you know that the market will come back. That's what is in our head. If you enter loss, you know that market will still come back and enter profit. But then, like I said also on Monday, if you enter a trade and the trade that has been in loss for over an hour is a bad trade. It's not a good trade. If the trade did not enter profit within 30 to 1 hour, if you did, I'm even giving more time. If your trade did not enter profit within, it is a bad trade. You understand? For you to know a good trade, you enter a good trade, 5, 10, latest 15 minutes, you don't move. You're in profit already. 30 minutes, you are close to your TP. Yeah, it's not too soon. You understand? That's like because you are trading a ranging market. Yeah, that's why your money will be dangling between profit and mm. Yeah, so that's how trade. When you see a high probability setup, when you enter a high probability, you are very yeah is this is very fast. You don't need to spend. In fact, you don't need to spend more than 1 hour in the market per day. Yes, you don't need to. If you have a high probability setup can get to your TP in less than 30 minutes. Yes. So if you are holding a trade and it's entering 1 hour, it's entering one day. If you hold a trade for more than one day, they should sue you. Yes. Eh? Okay, no. If you're an intraday trader, if you are not a swing trader or you are not a position size trader, if you call yourself an intraday trader and you're holding loss for more than one day, you should be sued. Yes. Because when you call yourself an intraday trader, it means that whatever trade you are doing, you should have rounded up by the end of the day. You understand? So don't hold losses for long. Understand? I don't think there's anybody here that can hold. You see your money in profit and you can hold it for more than one day. Them you do that for more than one day. It's not everybody that can do that. You understand? If the money did not get to your TP, you can hold, but I'm sure that 60% of this class cannot hold profit for more than one day. Yeah. Uh, oh. That month is a long time. Yes, it's a long time. Uh, yeah, you can't be doing swing trade with $200. No. For 20 can you imagine? So leave trade for yeah, and so that's for swingers and all that. But for people that your money does not pass scalping money, you can't be doing position trading with $100 or $200. Even 1,000 sef, you can't be using it for swing trade. You understand? If you want to enjoy trading, go and collect 100K. Yes. Yeah. That one, know that you can take in one trade and leave it for like 3 months. Yes. Yes, now for example now I want you to look at something now. Now, you guys should check out something now. Imagine that you're a position size trader, eh? Imagine that you're a swing trader. Hello, can you guys listen to me? Imagine that you're a swing trader and you enter this market from this candle, from here. This is a weekly time frame. Oh. You see this? This 2,600 till three almost 3,500. That's almost 9,000 pips. No, no. See, this is 2006. Hmm? Yeah, now that's 7,000 pips. From 2006 to that's almost 7,000, almost 8,000 pips, right? So imagine that you held a trade for 8,000 pips and you put in one standard lot size. Let's say the person has like $10,000, right? No, your level cannot hold this kind of trade. Your- no, no, you can't. If you are using $50, your psychology will not allow you to hold the money for this long. Yes. So let me just say $10,000. That's because that's what will be happening when you get to this level. Because as you are growing, as your psychology grows, that's when your money grows. Your money, your money cannot be more than your psychology. Your money cannot be more than what you can handle. You understand? That's why some people are still blowing $100 because your psychology has not left that stage. You understand? Even in life, your level cannot be more than what you know. Understand? You can't. There's always a space that you feel in life. When you feel a particular space that you are, that's when you move to your next stage. You understand? That's how it is in forex too. If you don't upscale your level of knowledge, your psychology to more than something, won't be able to grow or sustain that money. That's why sometimes when pastor give us 1,000, because our before I had that kind of money, I used to say that marry 1,000. If I see 1,000, I'll just flying. That I can. There's no way I can blow 1,000. It's like I've said it to myself. There's no way because I've traded $100 in my life. I've traded $100. I've traded in my life that I already feel like I have ground knowledge of all these things. So the day that I was giving 1,000, I didn't spend up to 2 weeks or 1,000. I blew it. You understand why? Because I just used to think it, but um I've not you understand. Person wey never drive car now go still say na except you now enter there and you now start thinking that okay if you want to drive you are now looking at clothes instead of looking at road. You understand? So that's how so imagine that you enter with $10,000, one standard lot size, we have 8,000 pips. Do you know how much that is? How much the person will be collecting right now? Sorry, it's with one lot size, the person will be having nothing less than 80,000. For no, not for a week. Oh. That means the person entered from here. That's from January. So the person entered this trade January 13th. Imagine January 13th, and we're in July, we're in June, we're in July, we're in June. You understand? In less than six months, he's already doing 80,000. Yes. So there's some people that do that. That's what position. Yeah. So the thing is that now this is when now you can. So imagine that this person entered at this candle. He can set his BE here. The market did not go back to the entry. Oh. I hope you saw that. The market did not go back to the entry. It's just profit straight up. You understand? Do you see it? So that's what position size traders do. Thinkers they just enter a market, they already see. You know that most times we will do weekly analysis, they do yearly analysis. You already see that, or they do 6 months in. So you already see that this is the range, this is the overall sentiment of the market for the next. So they just enter one trade and they leave it 6 months, leave it. Imagine what you have made in 6 months. If you are trading every day, you can't. You understand. Even let's say we entered with $50 sef. Let's simulate $50. We enter with $50. It didn't. It's $50, 0.01 abi, 01, 8,000 pips. Without $50 in January to now, 8,000. Eh? The profit, 8,000. 8,000. So 8,000 pips, 0.015, that's 800. Is 800. Understand? Just $50 in 6 months. That's, just leave am, just 0.01. Just zero your mind. Yeah. So with $50 approximately around 80,000. 800 don dey enter 1 million. E don pass 1 million. You understand? In less than in less than 5 6 months. You understand? So that's what position tries. You understand? So that's what. So it's still the same thing. You understand? So you are just, instead of you looking for the lower time frame, you're entering at the lower. So you already, it's still the same. It's still the same process actually. It's not that okay on a weekly time frame now. You see this market trending up. It broke structure here, then a bullish candle come here, and now that all these things that happen from December to till December 23rd, it was consolidation, right? And you know that what happens after a consolidation? Then it happens, the next trend happens. So when you see this, when you are noticing these candles now for from December 2 and 23, you now see this indecision candle, December 23. The next thing that you saw was this bullish candle. You understand? So imagine that okay, without your 50, you see the same analysis. As you saw this bullish candle, and as this candle closed above the bullish candle, you enter. After this, is a spinning top, spinning bottom and all that. So as soon as this next candle formed, closed above it and opened. Yeah, after this third one. So from here, from 2, 6, 5, 8, you enter from here. You entered January. What candle was this? After this one? No, so you have to see a confirmation. You understand? So as you see that this indecision candles ended with a doji, right? A doji candle, then this spinning bottoms formed after the doji, signaling the fact that they want to be an uptrend. But it is not a confirmation yet. But as soon as this candle formed above, opens above this candle, right? Like, I need you guys. Hmm? This candle closed. Hmm? This one already closed. This one opened above. You can wait for it to close too, but for me, someone like me, if I see that there's a lot of movement on this, is a 1 week candle, you understand? But as soon as I see this candle and this candle open above and start forming a bullish, even if I don't enter from here, I can enter from here, right? Okay, let's say I entered from here now. I entered from 2, 6, 6, 6. I entered, then I waited. The market moved up, then this candle came back to test it, to test that zone, but the loss was not much, and you held. Imagine you held it and you just bought from there. From there, you just dey go heaven, didn't come back. This is the only candle that retested it. You understand? And some people can even enter from here. You understand? So this one, let's say if you enter from here, I've already bid from here now. I don bid from, what's the distance from here to here? This is 2,000 pips now. 2,000 pips with 0.01. That's over almost $200. You understand? With $50. And this happened in how many days? This is January 6th to, yes, that a month and some days. So sometimes it's more interesting to trade swing, but because of our equity and psychology, most of us have not gotten to that stage yet. So these are the people that actually really follow money management and risk management, because you are not in and out of the market. You know that this one profitable trade is a good. So imagine that this person that now entered with 10,000 now entered at two positions, just one two, TP1, TP2. In 6 months you're already at $160,000 for both trades, and it has not even gotten to your TP. Let's say you want to hold it for 6 months, because that money has not entered 6 months. You understand? That's 116. That's over a 180 million naira. Over, that's a lot. That's Joe is no more than 100K. So you understand? So always, but then that you start from small. You understand? So the same way you hold, the same way you trade your small account is also the same way you will trade your big account. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So now it now depends on some things, because if somebody approaches me now and tells me that he wants me to trade for the person, I'll ask you first, what is your capital? If you are trying to give me $100, $200, hold your money. I'm not, I'm not in that kind of. If I want to trade for somebody, at least you should be willing to drop at least. I might say that I am 10,000. I don't. Yes, I don't trade money that is. So without $10,000, okay, you have the $10,000. We now follow the next line. I'll be giving you 5% monthly. Yes, now banks give you less than 13% a year. So 10,000, I give you 5% monthly. That's how much? $500 per month, right? Is that 500? Yes, $500. I'll be giving you $500, and that 5% is something I can do one day. But the rest now normal, normal. That's is yeah. So most of this that's why it started. You go to institutions, they will give you like $1 million. $1 million, you tell them you're giving them a percentage like 10% per month. $1 million, 10% is 100K per month. 10% is something that you can do in less than, if you want to be very conservative, 2 weeks you are done with 10%. So imagine that month you did like 30% that month, you give them 10%, the remaining 20% is how much? 20%, that's 200K. You withdraw that one, put am for your personal account. Why? So in a year, let's say you are planning to give them like 50% in a year, or let's say 10% a month. So you want 1.2 million in a year, which is very achievable. That kind of I can do that one. But if you are coming with $200, 500, if you come with $500, I'll tell you that if this money blue, you not disturb my life. Yeah, so just know that we are doing that. So is me, I don't encourage it, but if you want to really go into it with a high amount of money, because it's easy for you to, because it is not your money. The fact that it is not your money will make you be more careful and might make you lose the money. You understand? Because this thing is funny sometimes. The more careful you are with money, sometimes the more you lose it. You understand? The more you because you'll be scared to, so you'll not be taking out loss, and it will be very difficult for you to do that. You understand? But you can be able to achieve that with a high equity. You get. So somebody was saying this one. There are people that will give you money that if not for say we get backing, if you don't dey prison, Yeah. 5% of what? Mm. The 5% from the profits now. The capital is with you, right? Like the capital is with you. You are trading the capital, but you are returning 5% of the profit. Yes. It's Yeah. So that's but to them it's not small because all these people that come with business they make 12% in a year. So they'll see 5% in a month as something big. You understand? Because the money is a big money. You understand? You said? So by the end of it, you can even give them back their money now because you have made more than that. Imagine somebody gives you 1 million now and you're giving the person 5% every month. You understand? 5% that you can make in one day, or even let's say, okay, because it's big money, you can make it in 1 week. That means you have made 20% in that month. Yes, 5 times 4, 20%, and you're returning five. You already have 15%. So 15% of 100 or 1 million is how much? That's 150,000. 150K. Put 150K in your account. Do that for 10 months. That's over 1.5, and that person is gaining. You still have your capital. The person isn't making. You can even return the capital. Start your own account. That's what most of these guys do. Why do you think he has broker now? So from there, you just keep upscaling and upscaling. You understand? So that's why sometimes is a business. So if you can get an institution that can do that, if you have the knowledge on how to do it, if you can get an institution to do that, and there's this idea now that, for example, now with a with that's this one, it works for people with large accounts. No, it works for people with large accounts. Like for example, now let's say you have $100,000, right? Now, if you split that $100,000 in 100 places, that's $1,000 in 100 places, and you link all those accounts together. So it's not be like you are trading $1,000 accounts. So the $1,000 account now, all your targets is you're looking for $50, which is very easy. With $1,000, all you're looking for is $50. So imagine you now make $50 on that one account, which is replicated in 100 accounts. That's $5,000 in a day. Do you see what I'm saying? Is another, you understand? Yes, so the accounts are linked together to one slave account. You understand? So it's yes, so you link them. So whatever is called copy trading. So it's copy trading. So whatever you are doing in one account will replicate in all the remaining 100 accounts. So and that is why yes now it's the same forex now, but the copy trading is not really expensive. There's an app for that one that that you can connect all your accounts to a particular account. You understand? So imagine that you have $100,000, 1,000. So you are trading $1,000, but you are trading 100K. But on that 1,000, you are looking for $50. That means if you make $50 that day, you have made $5,000 because it will replicate. It's a good. Eh? If you lose $50, you have lost $5,000. But is it possible for you to for is it not possible to make $50 if with $1,000 put in 0.1, all you need is what, 50 pips? Is it 50 pips or 5? Yes, 50 pips. For and you are not trading gold. Yes, you all those kind, look for stable that will give you stable. $50 is easy. Eh? I'll see me after the class. Because I think it's a paid plus, it's a paid yes, you have to subscribe to it. You understand? So like that. So let's say even at your stage, let's say it's 1,000 you have, you split that 1,000 in 10 places. That's $100 in 10 places. You're looking for $5 or $10. So we do $10 in 10 places. That's 100. Very easy. You understand? So As you upscale, you get the more the thing is that the more money you have, the more idea you have on making more money. You understand? So, but then till we get to that stage, take your risk management serious. You understand? Because that's the only way you can sustain a big amount of. Don't say that because your money is small, that's why you're blowing it. Because the same way you blow your $50, the same way you blow 50,000. It's the same thing. You understand? The same psychology of trade that you have for a $10 account will still be the same psychology of trade you have for a $1 million account. You understand? If they give most of us $1 million account, then you will still blow am. You understand? So then upscale your knowledge to that stage. You understand? So any other question? Mm. Food. How much have you put traded out? Don't worry, very soon, maybe with the next batch we'll be doing, but you people are the sacrificial batch. We use people to learn